Uh-oh.
I think we just got banned from our own game.
Wait a sec.
All right, let's take a look at this powerful hand cannon secondary weapon. We've made it our primary weapon, and it's right there. The Ons. Call it Onos. It's just Ons, but let's take a look how we got it set up. So first off, we can go right into their Karnan stuff for it, right? It's a Karnan weapon, and we got a couple options there. We went with the fire rate on it. You also got some weapon recoil, projectile speed. Basically, we're not worried about them. And next upgrade, we got base magazine capacity, because it allows us to just keep on blasting. It could also have a reload speed, which will get you back to blasting. Basically that probably doesn't help. And for the fourth evolution, we want on kill, get that punch through. So we'll be killing. It's going to raise our punch through, kill multiple enemies and everything. You can also have like a status chance, but really we're not focusing on a status building. We just killing. You can also build more in Karnan form. And for the final phase, basically we just went through, we got the punch through from that, and then we're just going to add to it with damage on a punch through hit. You can also have weak point hits if you're somehow aiming with it, and a lot of focus on building up the big Incarnan blast. You can just activate Incarnan mode and kind of charge up your big beam for your big kill. But we're actually gonna do pretty good damage in Incarnan mode. It will not show it here, so we'll have to look at how we got it modded here with the Ons. We got a couple versions of it, and we're gonna be checking it out with Yareli, because secondary weapon. We'll see how we got her kind of helping out also. So this one, after trying a couple versions, crit damage even. We were setting another one up to give us like more crit damage with less damage, and it actually ended up a little lower. We're gonna try like elementalist type of stuff in there, but so this is what we're gonna be using here. So we got galvanized diffusion. It's got the multi-shot, basically adding that. If you don't have that, maybe you got amalgam barrel diffusion, or just regular barrel diffusion, giving you base 120 multi-shot. This will go up a little higher eventually after killing. We got our other galvanized mod, so a little bit more status chance, and then on kill plus direct damage per status type affecting the target, and it stacks up to 3 times. So basically, if you don't have that status chance, something you could have like a pistol, elementalist or something there. But we got damage, and we are multiplying, adding the damage, because if we lower it, it's still we're not getting 220% damage, but we're still getting like 100% damage. So it's more damage even with this 165% damage. Yes, we got two damage mods, and this is adding damage, but overall 600 damage is still going to be more than 400 damage. So there's 50% boost, right? Just keep on stacking them. So maybe it's not 165, but it's definitely straight up 50. And we're getting the crit chance up from the prime pistol gambit. We're adding some deep freeze cold, and it's going to help give us this blast damage, which it's going to be just blasting. Could be effective against the infested, right? We used to do the isolation vault type of stuff with our necromet blasting. And we got fire rate and multi-shot, so we got about 3 times a second with 3 multi-shot. And then since we got the magnum force giving us the minus accuracy, it's going to turn into a little bit of a spread. Helps us out with easily hitting our targets. And we got the heat also with our cold to give us the blast damage. We got instead of the 60% damage with the 60% status, we're not really focusing on that as much because we want the big damage. And then we go to Karnan mode, the big blast. We had it even higher at one point, but we ended up with the big crits and big damage. And we got pistol ammo mutation here on the Excellent slot. We need to get the item that's going to give us like a beam length. You could also have if you're going to focus on the incarnate mode. But pistol ammo mutation may help a little more if you wanted to fight weaker enemies. Maybe you want to just fire a little faster. You don't need as high a damage here. Let's just scroll this up. So I'd go with the damage mode for big damage on harder stuff. If you just need to kill some weak stuff, fire faster, basically double our fire rate, and we got only a quarter of the damage. But this one we went with same galvanized mods here, and we still got our damage right there. We could just switch it back there so they look a little closer. But then we kind of changed some of this up down here. We got crit damage and fire rate. Big, a little bit of damage loss, but plus 90% on the fire rate, which is a big help. We could even probably on the first version swap this one in for like something like that. This one over that possibly, but maybe not. And radiation with more fire rate, and then pistol animation. But for both of them, the best reason this has become the primary weapon for us is we slap it on any Warframe and we give it this secondary fortifier. You can get that from the Ascension Jade Shadows mission, and buy it. If you didn't get it, you can go to the Drifter camp and head up and find Ordis. You kind of head out, go up the hill to the left. He'll be there right at the edge. It's kind of hard to see, but you can end up getting items and max it out. But secondary fortifier, you're going to gain 1 overguard for every 100 damage dealt, and it's going to deal 8 times damage to overguard. So basically, anything that matters, we're going to get a 8 times damage multiplier on all the Xmas overguard units, and get rid of their overguard. Start applying status, crowd control, debuff, whatever we want, but it's going to build up our overguard. Basically, any tough mission we end up running with, you get like to 15,000 overguard. So just head in and see how it is in action here. We're going to use Yareli, and we've even enhanced it with more secondary crit chance, Tau forged Yareli shards. And I guess we just quickly see what we did with her as we're heading. We could put basically anything there we want with this. Probably could get like a something else on it since we got so much crit chance already. But get the power drift, give her energy, give it that. That'd be what we got for Yareli. But we're focusing right now, and we had a range on here, the stretch. We figured we're running missions we want to just get through quick, so we got her up to 2. She's got some big strength, gives her the loyal Merlina 90% reduction. But we're looking at the owns, so let's head into the mission, see how it owns. So we got some enemies, we need to blast them down with our owns. Just take them out. There it is.